Kunga. It's an ancient therapy which was used by our great-grandparents, but we have improved, like we have renovated such therapy, of which we are using it to treat different people with different diseases or disabilities like paralysis, kids with autism, cerebral palsy, trisomy 21, sorry, back pain, headache, migraine, yeah, and so on. The first thing is to keep like providing the best service as we normally do. And another thing like which helps us and which I think will help us in the future, is to keep the discipline within our employees. Because like within Genuine, it's like our culture. Our employees, like they are always focused. They are always focused, like they are always on time. They have to avoid like taking alcohol. You can't be like providing therapies to patients and while you're taking alcohol. So the first thing that we are planning and which we normally do is to keep the best service, like providing the best service from different patients, because we are having patients who are coming from different countries, like in Europe, in Africa, we have a lot of them. So in order to keep such people and in order like to keep maintaining our Kunga therapy, as well as like raising the flag of Rwanda by, I mean within those countries of which we are receiving patients from such countries, is to keep on providing the best service. And it's what we are always being thought of by our president, by the way. Like it has to be the culture by Rwandans, like to provide the best service and hospitality. By what you've asked me, like we are receiving a lot of foreigners. Like now we have more than 30 people coming from USA. We have more than 20 people coming from Canada, Belgium, Chad, Burundi. So we are having a lot of people. And when they come here in Rwanda for our Kunga therapy, they not only come for Kunga, they're staying in Rwanda. So like we are also improving the medical tourism. So Kunga is becoming like a medical tourism. Yeah. Because we are receiving a lot of people and we are still receiving them. And most of those people coming from those countries, most of them, they are bringing kids with autism. And autism is known as a disease which has no cure in the whole world. But within Rwanda, with our origin Kunga, like we are treating people. The first thing, like what I've learned in this world, like for my age, the first thing that I've learned, there is a saying that with no research, no right to say. So within Genuine Kunga Therapy, we can't just come here and like talk. We have evidence. For those patients coming from abroad, not only abroad, in Rwanda also, we have like their documents. So which means, like, to summarize what you've asked me, we have good results as Genuine Kunga Therapy. Kids are getting healed. Even us, sometimes we do get surprised. Imagine even the white people. It is known in the whole world that autism is a disease which has no cure. It can't be cured. But within Rwanda, with such a small center, Genuine Kunga Therapy, kids are getting healed. And when they go back, they provide testimonies to the fellow people that they have left there. And we are still like receiving a lot of people. So kids are getting healed for sure. There is something that I've mentioned before, that the big thing, we are keeping on raising the flag or the name of Rwanda into the whole world. So like we have different interviews that we have been doing in Tanzania, like we are still doing them. In Uganda, the same thing. We have a center in Zimbabwe. We have a center in Central Africa. And like even those people that are bringing kids here and they're being treated in Genuine Kunga Therapy, when they go back, they become like ambassadors. So I can say, like in USA, I can mention all countries that we have received people from those countries. Like we have Canada, USA, we have Belgium, we have Chad, Oman, Malawi, and Burundi. Nowadays we have a lot of people that have booked already. Yeah, that will be coming from Tanzania and Uganda. Who can we do receive, like, I can say, 2 types of kids with autism. There are those who are born with it, and there are those who get it when they are like at early age, at 2 years. So like when the child is still inside the womb, like there is no way you can like prevent it. But as long as the kid is born and you as a parent, you have noticed, because those autistic children, there are those signs you can know and see that my child is autistic. Like hyperactivities, the kid can't sleep, the kid is so forgetting, because most of, like, a big number of autistic children that we are receiving, even in the class, you'll find they are performing very bad because they are so forgetful. Yeah. And so like as a parent, when you notice such signs to your kid at early age, like it can be better to bring the kid, because nowadays, like, the oldest kid or the oldest child that we have at Genuine Kunga Therapy with autism, he's 17 and he's from Canada. So you see, like, that range of all years until your kid is 17, and it's when like you start bringing your kid at Genuine. So I think the better way of preventing it, as early you notice those signs, it's better to bring your kid. But when the kid is still in the womb, it can be hard. We have been experiencing such thing at Genuine Kunga Therapy, where you find like a parent will bring a kid. So when like you start asking the parent, who'll be like, I don't want anyone to know that my kid is autistic or something like that. So most of parents, they do hide their kids, they lock them inside. But us as Genuine Kunga Therapy, what we advise parents is to bring your kids. I mean, if your kid is autistic, that's not a sin. He's not the one who chose to be born with autism. But as long as you like, if you have not like noticed it, or if you have not brought your kid earlier, at Genuine we have no limit of age where we receive a kid. Maybe we say like, if your kid is 20, we can't receive your kid. No. So the best advice I can give the parents, first of all, is to take your kid as a normal kid, like as the way you take other kids. That's the first thing. Another thing, show them love. Yeah, you have to show them love. If your kid is different from others, show them more love so that they can feel like they are others. And last but not least, this mindset of like saying like, I mean, autism can't be treated. As long as you have known Genuine, such thing has to disappear, because we have a lot of testimonies. And I've said before, Genuine is based in Rwanda, and Rwanda is a small country. There is no place where, if you say like, even if you say today, I'm going to Ramagana, you just reach. So Rwanda is a small country. There is no way you can't spend a day, like 2 days, you have not reached the place. So you have to come and get testimonies at the center. You find parents there, you talk with them, you find testimonies everywhere. So if you have such kid, please, Genuine, we are there for you. Your life is our concern. Please bring the kid, and you never know, your kid might be a minister, might be a president in the future. Why don't you bring your kid at Genuine to get treated? You don't have to lock your kids inside, and you have to be proud of them. I can also say that's the problem also, because like, not only by saying that you're still young and so on, these older people, of course they are not still like more energetic as us. And I think those are the people who should be like helping us, to show us the way. Because they're stepping out, we are stepping in. So like, if you keep like saying, that one, she's still young, she can't help anyone, like she can't do anything, we won't reach anywhere. And I take our president as my role model, because he always say things which are like, yeah, surely, because like he's like, every time maybe to start with this, even our government nowadays, they are they are training youth, because nowadays youth, what they are thinking is like, what can I, like, how can I make it? Because nowadays youth, we want something which is easy to get. Yeah, we don't want to suffer. Like, we want anything where you reach like without suffering. But what we forget, even our parents, not only our parents, even the country itself, to reach where it is right now, a lot of energies, we have lost a lot of people, that sacrifices. That's why we have heroes that we do remember nowadays. So what I can say, if you're youth, you're still young, please use your mind. Use your mind. We have a lot of youth here in Africa who are so creative, but sometimes there is not even a way to show like what you are capable of, because we are afraid like there is jealousy. Maybe to make it like clear, Genuine Kunga Therapy, we do get a lot of feedbacks, negative feedbacks, of which to me myself, I consider it as a colonial mindset. Because you can't tell me, imagine you have seen a testimony of a parent who brought a kid. It's a parent, he brought, or she brought a kid herself. She's giving a testimony to help others. Then you comment, if you're treating if you're treating autism, why can't you go in USA? Why should we go in USA? We have a lot of kids in Africa who are suffering with such things.
And they deserve the best.
Yeah, they deserve the best. So a lot of Africans, we think if something has been said by a white person, that's when something is like perfect, it's great. But we do forget also, we are also human beings, and we are given brain by God. We are given like, we are created the same. The difference is just we are different on colors, but we can also invent something. That's why nowadays in the whole world, autism can't be treated, but in Rwanda we are treating autism. Yeah. So what I can say, all the people, instead of like fighting, I don't know if I can call it fighting or sort of jealousy to young, I think you can be the first ones to be closer to the youth. You show them the way, because today you are here, tomorrow you might not be here. We are the ones stepping in. Yeah. What I'll keep on saying, and what people has to understand, this saying of autism can't be treated, autism has no cure. First of all, people has to forget about that, because in Genuine Kunga Therapy, we are treating such people, and you have seen it yourself. Yeah. So that thing has to, first of all, it has to go. Another thing, as fellow Rwandans, I think we have to support each other. I do like to say this thing, because Rwanda, we have passed through a lot, even though we are not there, but we know about genocide, we know what happened in Rwanda, we know what it took our government to be where we are today. So instead of saying, those people, they can't treat autism, and yet we have people that we are treating, I think the first thing that we have to do is to learn from what our country passed through. So if we run with that one, it will keep us like, it will make us help each other, because Genuine Kunga Therapy, we are helping also Rwanda. The way we are helping Rwanda is that if we are receiving people from different countries coming to Rwanda, when they go back, they won't only say Genuine Kunga Therapy, they will say we have gone in Rwanda. Yeah. So we are raising a flag of Rwanda. So what I can ask people first of all is like, if your fellow Rwandan is doing something which is good, and you know it is good, not all people that are like giving bad negative comments or whatever, like to Genuine Kunga Therapy, it's not like they don't know what you are doing. Most of them, they know what they are doing, but I do wonder if a person goes there and say those are liars and what. So such thing, it makes me like think a lot, like why Rwandans we are like that, and we know what we have been through as a whole country. So what I can ask people, if you see your fellow Rwandan is doing what is best, it's better to support your fellow Rwandan, because when you're supporting your fellow Rwandan, it's not that you are only supporting your fellow Rwandan. You're also supporting the whole country in general. Yeah, because I've told you in Genuine we have a lot of employees. We have a lot of youth that are being employed in Genuine. They are being fed there. Like, we are getting them a rent and so on. So our vision as Genuine Kunga Therapy is to keep on providing the best therapy and to cure a lot of kids as possible.